Are you ready for a sketchbook tour? Let's get into it. Lost some things. This is a sketchbook I got in 2020. I've had this for 4 years and it's taken me 4 years to fill it up. This is my first time filling a sketchbook. A lot of the things in here have been either made into paintings or are still in the process of being made into paintings, or they helped me navigate wanting to be an artist. The first page in this sketchbook, however, is from a project I was working on in one of the college classes I was in. The class was scenic design, so we had to do a backdrop, and this was the image that I was copying. This is not my original composition, rendering like the colors. For our scenic design, we were copying professional backdrops, and the one I chose was quite old. It was in a collection of like backdrops from the Masons or something. And then this was my test page for the gouache paints that I also got in order to be able to complete this assignment. So that's my first page. We got some scribbles. This blob I did not too long ago. This is my favorite part of this page, probably. I just really like how I got these to look, and they actually look shiny, like where the metal is. I was really proud of myself with that. And then over here is just I don't like this, but I'm gonna show it anyway. This is from my apartment that I was living in college. I just had this monstera plant sitting in the window. I never put the window in this picture, but it was a beautiful plant. It did have a big giant blue pot for it to sit in, and I still have these chairs. This page, I had just used it as like a test page, I think, for this. So I was like testing colors, and then I decided to play with some ink. I just had some sitting around. Here's some more ink drawings. I really like this fire thing I got going on. I don't know why I never added fire to this one, but I was having trouble trying to plan like the drawing, because you know I would draw something first and then I was like, oh wait, I want to have the wax over it, but you can see the bottle lines. So like trying to figure out what I needed to draw first and what could be left kind of to the imagination, I think. This I did with colored pencil. It's kind of a self-portrait. I was just feeling some type of way. I really love these wings. I feel like if I had wings, that's what they would look like. Probably did this based off a Pinterest post. Moving swiftly onward. So I like this face that I did. Really, I just like that I outlined it in purple. I feel like that made it pop a lot more. And then all of these little things. I just had some watercolor blobs on this page, so I decided to kind of try and turn them into something, and this is creepy. Like, I don't know what depths of my subconscious this came from, but that's creepy. And then this guy's head's laying in his head's laying in a little puddle down there. And these are two self-portraits. This one, I was knitting a blanket for my boyfriend's mom, and I was really worried I didn't have enough yarn. I was super stressed out about it. So for some reason I just decided to come over here and draw this, and I only drew like the person and the word bubbles at first, and then later I came back and I did these colored bubbles, and I was like, oh, I think I'm done with them, I don't want to do anymore. And I started doing these little circles, and this was kind of the first time I started doing these. I have some other sketchbooks where I've done more drawings with this, and there's also some paintings I've done that have these just like in the background. I love doing that. It's very relaxing to do, and then I love the way it looks when you fill up a whole background. And then I don't know, I wanted to play with colors, purples and blues and oranges and yellows. I draw myself a lot, pretty much whenever I don't know what else I want to draw. I'll either draw myself or like my inner landscape. Oftentimes it's a combination of like my inner landscape and my outer landscape. I did this based off a Pinterest post. So this was I think a picture somebody took, and I just did it in oil pastels. I really like using oil pastels, especially with color. I love it. This one, another self-portrait. Can you believe it? I hand knit this sweater, and I just think that's cool. I was going back through the sketchbook, and I really wanted to fill up the backs of pages, and that one didn't show through at all. Because this is mixed media paper, so it's really thick. This is another one from Pinterest, and I didn't do anything on this side because of the messiness. I was kind of trying to do a lot of drawings with light, and this was one I tried to do, but I don't know. I feel like it's missing something. This one's another one that's from a picture off of Pinterest. Again, playing with light and shadows, silhouettes, and light. I like this one a lot, actually. I just like looking at it. Here, I meant to go back and put more plants in here. And this is another, I was just struggling with layering or like planning my design. It's not working for me. This one I did in 2023. This one I did in 2021. This is gouache paint. And I actually really love this painting. I kind of want to do an oil painting like this, but with these colors, like I don't know what it is, but I love the colors I used for this. So I definitely want to do more like that, and I just love the way her lips look too. This one I was drawing with my left hand, so that's why it looks the way it does. I like doing that sometimes. I would really love to be able to sketch with both hands. This is a sketch I really like. So you can kind of tell I've glued this in, so I'm not going to pull it up, but I had another painting going on back here. I did not like it, so I just took some gold paint in between these two pages and I smushed them together. And then I ended up having this page, and I drew on it with pen. So this is just gold acrylic paint and pen. And I just used the paint shape to kind of guide me a little bit, and other than that, I was just going for it, drawing whatever I felt like. She's like a little crazy plant lady. This is a watercolor painting. I have the desire to just be in moss at times. I want my whole body to be submerged, and like no bugs crawl on me or whatever. Like this is a magical experience. So I painted that. I love the color purple. I feel like in another world. My skin's purple by choice. Some more pages that are messy sketches. Not my best work, let's say. I was working on leaves, and I love this leaf. Like this is probably the best leaf I've ever painted. I did that with watercolor. I also just liked these. This was from a page. I was just testing paints out and just kind of blah 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 on a page, and I just liked this. I liked how they kind of overlapped, so I kind of want to use that for something in the future. I hate this. I have some alcohol markers, so when I first got them I was trying to play with them. I just hate it. I love this though. I was just trying to do a quick little drawing. Really, I just wanted to fill up a page. I was feeling bad. I like, especially the hair, like around the part. I feel like I always get the parts wrong, especially with bangs, but I really like the shape of this one, how this one turned out. Hiding behind her hair, making like that. This is a page I did when I first got my oil paints. I didn't know you had to prime paper at this point. I really love the background of this, like the texture in the background. I don't know, I want to be able to get that kind of messy texture look in my actual oil paintings. And I don't know how this got messed up, but I set something on it and I just haven't gone back to fix it. She looks cool. I love her eyeballs. Drawing this made me love Prismacolor color pencils. Sketching with the black and can't. I will never change my mind. Oh man, this is a bad page. This is unfinished. I was trying to draw a camping scene and I chose the wrong colors, okay? It's just not working for me. This was like, I was having nightmares or something, and like we used to have a closet that had 2 doors like this, and the cats would always open them at night. I swear, like I feel like people would be standing there, or I'd like see like weird things in the closets. Maybe the sketchbook is unfinished, y'all. And this is a page I want to come back and finish. I was watching a documentary about deep sea fish. This was another one that was 2023, maybe even 2024 that I was doing this. This was 2020 though, because I was in a costume design class, so I was trying to get better at drawing people in different poses. I was watching a documentary about deep sea fish, and they all looked so crazy and like so colorful too, for being like down where there's not a lot of light. So I was trying to capture that with watercolor. This guy's the only one that got finished, and he's like a little toad, but he lives at the bottom of the ocean, and he's got these 2 little fin feet I move around with, and then this like tail, and he kind of jumps with it like that. Is this like supposed to be a squid? It's supposed to be a fish. That's supposed to be a fish. It could potentially look cool. But I think another thing a sketchbook helps me realize is what I actually like to paint and what I don't like to paint. So like I love super fast, quick, colorful watercolors, but I don't love the things that I have to come back to and like correct, or like wait for them to dry for a long time and then come back to. Obviously I don't come back to them. I'm more of a spontaneous girl. It's supposed to be corn stalks. But I do like this sky, like the way the water. Just trying to draw some hands. This was another one I was just playing with, oil pastels. Another self-portrait. And these are more that I did with oil paints, and I love how oil paints look on paper. I think they look so good. I want to do more oil paints on paper. This is a good example. Like I didn't know you had to prime the paper before you painted with oil paints on it. So these were not primed, and this is what it looks like after that paper soaks up all that oil. And it will transfer onto other pages. Like you can see, it's kind of getting down here. But I tried to keep all of these things stacked up, so hopefully it won't bleed over. These will have things on them that I like. I've stuck some other sketches in here. Oh yeah. I really like this. Another self-portrait. This one's a bad one. They can't all be winners. These are from my commonplace journal. They were getting kind of messed up in there, so I decided to take them out. This one is chaotic. I really like it. But I don't know, let me know in the comments if you can tell what the heck has been going on. I love a good chaotic pen sketch. That brings me lots of joy. Speaking of chaotic pen sketches, this is a good one. Okay. I have this like stone thing, one of those grinding ink stones. So I was using some of that, testing it out. This is a little ghosty character I've painted a few times. Little goth ghost. This is supposed to be a leaf, but that looks like a piece of pizza, does it not? But I love this little jack-o'-lantern with wings. I did this in the fall of 2023. And then this one is a painting I did with some iridescent watercolors that I have. I think they're called pearlescent pearlescent watercolors. This is my favorite page in the sketchbook, and this is what I think all sketchbooks should be for. Just scribble in it, let it out. I did this when I was angry. I like to scribble, draw when I'm angry. The way I feel after I do that, this helps me a lot. And this is another thing where I was writing with my left hand too, and I wrote on the top, I'm getting better, because that's what I wanted, you know, from the experience of scribbling and angrily, frustratingly, just like, "Arr."